Have you ever wondered why hydrogen cars, once hailed as the future, seems to have disappeared? Let's explore the rise and fall of hydrogen-powered vehicles and uncover what went wrong or what might still go right for this eco-friendly technology. Not too long ago, hydrogen cars were everywhere, on news channels, in auto expos, and even in people's dream about a cleaner, greener future. Powered by hydrogen, these cars promised zero emissions, producing only water vapor instead of harmful gases. Sounds perfect, right? But despite all the hype, the dream didn't really take off. So, what happened to the promise of hydrogen-powered cars? The main challenge was a big one: infrastructure. Imagine having a car that runs on a fuel that no one else uses. For hydrogen cars to work, there had to be a whole network of hydrogen refueling stations. Building this network wasn't going to be easy or cheap. The cost of setting up these stations was sky high, and getting companies to invest in something that barely anyone used seemed impossible. On top of that, producing hydrogen itself wasn't a walk in the park. The process of making hydrogen fuel was complex and energy intensive, often costing more than it would save in the long run. Another hurdle was the high cost of these cars. Hydrogen cars were expensive to make. The technology was new, the parts were expensive, and most of all, the production could not keep up with the demand. Traditional cars were cheaper, more accessible, and had a solid refueling network. So, when it came down to a choice between the two, many consumers went for what was more convenient: petrol and diesel cars. As time passed, interest in hydrogen cars started to fade. But that didn't mean the end of the road for the technology. While the market interest wasn't as strong as expected, research and development continued. Companies didn't give up on hydrogen. Instead, they worked on making the technology more efficient and the cars more affordable. Little by little, progress was being made. One of the biggest areas of development was the infrastructure for hydrogen refueling stations. Slowly, governments and private companies started putting money into building these stations. While the network was small, it was definitely growing. With time, many believed that the network would eventually be enough to make hydrogen cars more practical for the everyday driver. Additionally, advancements were being made in the hydrogen fuel cells themselves. Companies started improving the efficiencies of these cells and figured out better ways to store hydrogen. This meant that cars could go further on a single tank and refuel quicker. Two issues that had been big turnoffs for consumers. Then came a game changer. A major car manufacturer made a huge commitment to hydrogen technology, not just in making hydrogen cars, but also in setting up a network of refueling stations. This was a sign that the industry was serious about making hydrogen cars work. Suddenly, other companies started taking notice, and the race to development hydrogen cars started picking up pace. With this newfound investment and interest, the hydrogen car industry saw a burst of innovation. New models were being launched. Fuel cells became more efficient, and car makers began to experiment with designs that could make these cars more affordable for the average consumer. The positive feedback loop had finally begun. More stations meant more people interested in buying hydrogen cars, and more consumers meant the industry could grow. Today, hydrogen technology is in a better place than it has ever been. Cars powered by hydrogen fuel cells now offer great performance, are eco-friendly, and are being taken seriously by manufacturers like Toyota, Honda, and Hyundai. While challenges still exist, there's no denying the progress that's been made. With a growing network of refueling stations, better technology, and increasing consumer interest, the future of hydrogen cars is looking brighter than ever. Despite all the setbacks, hydrogen cars might just be on the verge of becoming a mainstream reality. If the technology continues to improve and infrastructure catches up, we could soon see hydrogen-powered vehicles taking over the roads. The promise of zero-emission driving could still be within reach. So, what do you think? Are hydrogen cars ready to make a comeback? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button. Share this with your friends and subscribe to the channel for more exciting content. Stay tuned for more updates on the world of sustainable technology.